How are you? Are you still with me? God, it's the last one. You made it all the way here. What a journey. Are we awake? Are we good? Are we ready? Okay, all right, great. I am super, wait, I've got the clicker here. With glasses on, good choice. All right, so we're going to talk today about how to co-create with customers to create video ads. But I just want to say that I thought really long and hard about how I wanted to do this. And it was difficult for me because I started thinking about, how do I want to do this? Is this going to be just like another talk, which is just tactical? I'm just going to teach you how to do some stuff and you can be on your merry way. And then I was thinking to myself, I don't know. When I talk to customers and clients, and I'm like, hey, why don't you have testimonials? They tell me the same thing every time. I don't have any. Okay, why don't you have them? They say, well, nobody does them for me. And I'm like, why? They're like, I don't know. We put it in our emails. We offer Amazon gift certificates. We offer discounts and coupons. We're so generous. But I can't get them to do it. And when they say that they do it, then they won't do it. And then for the 2 that do a year, they suck. They don't make any money. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't, in good faith, get up here on stage and just talk about some little tactic to get testimonials, because that won't do anything for you. So what I'm going to talk to you about today, we are going to tackle those tactics, and I'm going to teach you how to create video testimonials that make millions of dollars. But we're going to go a little bit deeper, and I'm going to talk about something which I know will change your business, and I think could even change your life if you think about deeply how it could apply. So in the next 20 minutes, I don't know why it says 20, you're going to learn how to make all of your customers fall in love with you, beg to create content for you and with you, and you're going to learn how to leverage content that can make millions. But first things first. We need to change the way that we look at business. We need to change the way that we look at society. We need to change the way we look at ourselves, and we need to change the way that we look at our customers and our clients. And why does this social proof stuff matter anyway? What's the purpose? Let me walk you through some of this stuff, guys. Do you know these stats? 93% of potential buyers read online reviews first before deciding to purchase something or not. I always joke, like, have you ever bought a phone case on Amazon for like $8? How many reviews did you read? 30? Wasn't an easy decision. It doesn't matter about the price. 91% of consumers between 18 and 34 trust online reviews as much as they trust personal recommendations. They trust strangers on the internet speaking emotionally about a product or service as much as they trust their friends. Do you think it's something that's worth investing in your business? Yes. 93% of online shoppers rely on customer reviews when they don't know anything about the brand. Trust goes up in a brand for 94% of people just because of positive reviews. This is what you got. This is your actual storefront. People trust people. But again, we need to start at the beginning. How do you get them in the first place? Why do you get them? And what's going to drive that? Roger Ebert was a film critic, as you know, rest in peace. But he was also, I don't know how much of Roger Ebert you read, but I always found him one of the most inspirational thought leaders that existed. Because if you read his reviews, it was all about people and human connection. And he didn't care about the criticism type stuff. And I love this quote. I believe empathy is the most essential quality in civilization. Do you agree with that? Let me tell you what I believe. I had a revelation like 4 years ago. I don't know where I was, maybe the shower or bed or something. I definitely wasn't trying to think about it. I just started thinking to myself, every single thing that we do on this planet is because of other people. Everything. I think maybe that's why we're here, to connect with people. I think maybe that's the point of whatever this is that we're doing here. Because I can't think of anything that isn't related to other people. We build families where we lean on each other, and we have people that we lean on and build relationships with. We build organizations and businesses to help other people. We create products and services to help other people. We create charities to help other people. We build roads and bridges and houses and schools and churches for other people. And even the things that you think that you do alone that don't involve other people, like sitting in your room and watching Netflix or reading a book, is content created by other people for other people. We can't get away from it. So, I'm thinking to myself, if you're one of those people, and I used to be one of these people, or if you know somebody that has said before, I hate people, right? We all know somebody that said that, I hate people. You get cut off, you're like, I hate people. If you say that, you're a hypocrite. It's impossible. It's impossible to be alive on this planet and hate people. It's absolutely impossible. And what I've seen is that technology over the last 20 years has done many great things for us, and it's brought us closer in some ways. But I do think that one of the negative aspects of technology over the last 20 years is that it has actually created a desire to achieve a mass of shallow relationships over a few deep relationships. And that's ultimately manifested itself in us measuring vanity metrics, like how many views do we have, how many likes, how many followers do we have, and things like that. Those are just manifestations of us trying to validate ourselves. And they're manifestations of us not really caring about people. We just want to be seen. And I get it. It's the most core human thing in our DNA is our desire to be valued. We want to be valued. We want to feel important, every single one of us. And we found a way to do it sort of quick and easy with a dopamine hit. But what concerns me about it is the mental ramifications of it. And when it comes to business, it's made us get further and further and further away from our customers, and we talk about them like they're numbers. And it seems like sort of an obvious thing. Yeah, Matt, take care of your clients, treat your clients good. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about taking it another step and creating what I call the family brand. Because I think that you'll be shocked that if you just start thinking about how you erode all of the things that divide us, and if you erode all the status that is swept up into all of our lives, and you just say there is no difference between me and the customer, we're just partnering together. There's no difference. In fact, if anything, they're more important. What if we did that? What would it do? What if we treated our customers and prospects like we treat our family and friends? What would that do? Why am I talking about this? Because every single time I ask a customer or a client, why don't they have customer testimonials? Essentially, videos of people talking emotionally about how this product, this brand, this service helped them. They don't have them. And the reason they don't have them is because they're not doing enough, caring enough about their customers and clients and looking at themselves on the same level. If you create a family brand, you give first. And by the law of reciprocity, you will receive. It's incredible. These are my 4 C's of the family brand. Conversations, credibility, celebration, and care. And it mimics the customer journey. So when someone first becomes a lead or a prospect in your business, That's when the conversations start. There's so many people out there with advice and, there's all this cutthroat digital business. Don't talk to people unless they've got money, or these are not my people. And we just discard all these humans all the time. It's ridiculous. Empathy. So start having conversations right off the bat. As soon as somebody becomes a prospect or a lead in your business, start having conversations with them. Text them. Ask them about their pets and their kids and stuff. We're just all humans out here doing our best. Have conversations. They'll love it. People just want to be heard. They want to be listened to. They want to feel important. So listen, because they're out there waiting for you to ask them this stuff. Whoops, wrong way. Credibility. So this is big cornerstone of the family brand here is authenticity. That's what credibility means to me, which means no hyperbole in your marketing messaging, never over-promising and under-delivering, ever, and always using authentic messaging and marketing, meaning no fake reviews, no fake user-generated content, none of that stuff. Real customers, real change, real transformation, amplified. That's the best of marketing and advertising. Celebration. When someone becomes a client, celebrate it. It's the family brand. What do we do when we welcome someone else into our family? We have a wedding. We have a big party. What do we do when there's a new baby and someone's in the family? We have a party. We celebrate it. We send cards and we shower them with gifts. Why don't we treat our clients and customers that way? Why do we rely on automations? ActiveCampaign can't do this for you. HubSpot can't do this for you. And then care. Obviously, the journey is not over. It's not over. Because ultimately, you could boil it down to numbers and say, we got to extract the maximum amount of lifetime value out of all of our customers. Okay, great. But really what we're doing here when we create a family brand is we're not just extracting maximum value from that customer, we're creating an army of marketers ready to go to war for us. Our customers are our best marketing assets. But you got to treat them that way, with that level of respect. You with me? How you feeling? You're like, I thought this was going to be how to make videos. Sorry. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. This is from my favorite book. Instead of kicking over the beehive, invest in a bunch more beehives to go with that beehive so they can create a community of bees that love each other and build community. That's how you treat your customers. That's how you do it. So, that's how you get testimonials. We overcome the biggest objection with testimonials. I can't get them. Well, that's because you don't care about your customers. Step one, put I give a crap about my customers process in your business. Lead with your heart and empathy, and you will win. This company was on Shark Tank, but when I first started talking to them, they were making $2,000 a month. Because turns out Shark Tank doesn't, it lasts for a couple months, but then you're back to square one. And we used videos like this, and we got them from $2,000 a month to $100,000 a month in 40 days. Stories, empathy. And this is not fake. We interviewed this guy because he's like, I love Chord Buddy. But then we talked to him, and we realized that he bought that guitar to play it for his child who died. That is what this product means to him. That's the real story. You're never going to find that if you treat customers like numbers. You're never going to find it. So here's the structure of the video. And this is what one of the biggest things I do is I run a video advertising agency where we make video ads, for stuff. If you heard Tony earlier, he runs the ads. I make video content for that stuff. And we follow this same structure in all the video ads that we create and all of the testimonials that we help create. just like this, and you can do the same thing. And it's really just an iteration of the pain, agitate, solve that we all know so well within marketing copy. So the 4 R's: relate, rile, reveal, release. So we start the video always with the relate piece, the problem. And you're going to see in this second half of the talk here, you're going to see a pattern: logic, emotion, the reasons people buy. You can't sell someone just on logic, and you can't sell someone on just emotion. You need all of these pieces, and they need to dance with each other. So relate, we start with empathy. Always start with empathy, always. You relate to someone, because then it pulls people in. It pulls people right in, because they see themselves in it. We're just out there on the internet looking for a mirror. Somebody like us who will listen to us. Right? So we want to start with that. Then, that's logistics. I had this problem, right? Chord buddy, I had this problem. I couldn't learn how to play guitar because I couldn't be consistent because it was too hard to do. Problem. That's not an emotion. So now we got to rile up the emotion, because people will buy things for emotional reasons. Okay, Jeff, so how did that make you feel? Well, I felt frustrated. I felt like a loser. I felt hopeless. I felt like I couldn't do anything. I can't learn to play guitar. I see everybody else learning to do it. I felt like a failure. Okay, emotion, feelings, cut to the heart. Reveal, that's when you bring in the solution, the unique solution, and then release is where we release that tension. There's stress and frustration and all that yucky stuff that came up as a result of the problem, and using this product or service releases that. I always say, do you want money? Do you want more money? Who here wants more money? But you don't, though, right? I tricked you, but you knew that was coming. You don't actually. You want what you're going to feel when you get more money, right? What you really want is freedom, because you can't do anything with money, but it can get you freedom. Well, yeah, if I had money, it would give me the freedom to go wherever I wanted. I could quit my job. I could vacation wherever I wanted. I could do whatever I pleased. That's freedom. So you don't want more money, you want freedom, right? He doesn't actually want to learn to play guitar. He probably wants to, many things, like he wants to feel like he can do something and master something. He wants to lead kumbayas around the campfire and be the life of the party. Oh, did Jeff bring his guitar to the party? Oh yeah, get it out, Jeff. You want to be that guy. It makes you feel valued. It makes you feel important. That's what we want. We're hardwired for it, and it's totally okay. We just need to listen more. So that's the video ad structure. Tactical stuff here, I want you to always direct your testimonials. Somebody was telling me earlier today about this ad. I keep thinking this is a person. Has anybody else looked over here and been like, who's that? This has been going on for 2 days for me. It was a little weird right now. Okay, so so somebody was telling me earlier today about this app where essentially you just send a customer a link, or it's like a link in an automation in an email or something. And I mean, I've used these before, and the customer it's amazing when it's presented to me. The customer can just record it themselves and answer a bunch of simple questions. You don't have to do anything. I'm supposed to be amazed by this. I think that's terrible. Number one, the content will be awful. And number two, it will lack emotion if it even comes in. It probably won't come in, but it'll lack emotion. That is the number. There's many reasons to direct your testimony. And when I say direct, I just mean you got to be there guiding the conversation, interviewing. But the main reason, the biggest reason that you should be directing your testimonials is because if you do not, there will be no emotion in that video. And emotion is the only thing you need in that video. Throw everything else away, and you need the emotion because that's why people buy. Empathy, right? Emotional intelligence, seeing and feeling in others what you have felt yourself. That's how I define it. That's what you need. If you don't have emotion, you don't have it. If you have a bunch of list of questions, which I'm going to show you what questions to ask later, if you have a big list of questions there, and you just give it to them on a sheet of paper, what's paper? If you just email it to them, they're going to skip the emotion questions because it's going to be too hard. How did that make you feel? They're going to be like, okay, skip that one, let's go to this one. And then you're going to get a testimonial which is sort of devoid of feeling. It's just simply logistics. You got to be there. So you're just going to book a 15-minute Zoom call or whatever, Skype, with the customer and ask them questions. That's all you're going to do. And you have two options here. If you have a customer, you should know them because you're building a family brand, you're having conversations, right? If you know they're like kind of tech savvy, tell them to turn on their phone and hit record so that they have an even better quality version of it. But I don't even care about quality. Quality means nothing here. The more organic and raw, the better. The biggest thing is that I can hear them. I just need to be able to hear them clearly. So honestly, recording a Zoom call is absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. It's the best way to get started with it. So you're going to book a 15-minute Zoom call with 50. That's all you need. That's all you need. 15-minute Zoom meeting. Customer puts the phone into selfie mode, or you can skip that step. You ask the questions, and you make sure they answer them honestly. And then they speak to their phone, and they send the video your way, or you just scrap all that, and you just record the Zoom, which is super easy to do. I mean, it's just built into Zoom. So you just do it. That's it. The real key to this is this. The questions that you ask. These are sort of built for e-commerce, but adapt them to your brand. You'll see the pattern again. Logistical, emotional. Logistical, emotional. Logistical, emotional. Because you can't just have logistics. So you always need to ask. This is what I used to run all these big video programs as a journalist, like at New York Magazine and Business Insider and stuff. And this is the first thing that I always taught my employees is you've got to ask the how and the why questions because they're open-ended and they'll fuel the emotionally driven answers rather than just the fact-based answers. Because you're not looking for facts, you're looking for feelings. So first, you say, hey, what was the problem you faced before working with us or using us? And then they'll say, oh, well, let's say we're doing it for now, Jessica's company, so it's a business owner or whatever. I'm lost on social media. I feel like I'm not making enough money because I don't know enough about social media platforms and could be leaving a lot of money on the table. We could end it there, but it's not very convincing. So we ask them a question. Oh, great, yeah, cool. How did that make you feel? To feel like you were behind on all this stuff. There's the money. Right? How did it make you feel? Well, I was stressed. To be honest with you, Matt, I was talking to my wife the other day, and I was just telling her, like, thank you. I mean, thanks for trusting me on this, honey, but I don't think I can do it. There's too much to keep up with, and I might just have to just admit to myself that I lost and go back to what I was doing. And yeah, it's very sad, but I mean, I want to make a change. I feel like I can, but I feel really lost right now. How much better is that testimonial with that soundbite than without it? Because nothing's as simple as A to B. What was it like using it for the first time? Right? So, or if it's in this agency situation, it's like, what was it like working with them? Oh, it was great. They were really on the ball, and they're really helping grow my business. Okay, great. How does that make you feel when you interact with them and you do these things? Oh, well, I mean, I honestly feel really kind of taken care of, and I feel much more comfortable and confident. Oh, okay. How do you use this in your daily life? Or in this case, how has it changed your business and your life? Well, I feel so much less stressed. I feel confident. In fact, I had a conversation with my wife the other day, and I said, you know what? I think I could do this thing. I'm excited, and I am seeing growth. This is amazing. How much better a testimonial is that? If you just focus on logistics, you lose. And guess what? If you just send a customer a list of questions, they will skip every other question if they do it. And they'll just answer the easy ones. Like, before I was a little bit lost on social media, and so I just needed to find a company that was good. And then they'll say, what was it like using it for the first? And this doesn't matter how good you are. People are really afraid to be vulnerable. And your job, if you do nothing else when you direct this testimonial, is holding them accountable for being vulnerable. And if you've created the right brand and relationship with them, they will have no problem doing that. So you need to make sure that they're being vulnerable. They'll do it, but they won't do it on their own. I took that quote out. And bonus, use your customer stories as inspiration for a scripted ad using the 4 R's, which are relate, rile, reveal, release. So that's what we do a lot in the video agency is we take actors and we essentially make commercials that just mimic the customer stories. And we get inspiration from those stories. The first thing that we do when we talk to a client is we're kind of like, okay, so like what's the customer journey and what's their emotional journey? And then we write a script off of that. Just text me and be like, hey, Matt, you told me to text you. Let's talk about video ads. And I'll gladly hop on a 20-minute call with you, set up an audit and a rapid creative strategy to get you scaling like some of these folks. Thank you so much. I hope this was a good closing speech. Thank you to Jessica and all y'all. And obviously, without an audience, none of this could happen. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, everything. And that's it. I appreciate you. Thank you.